The man smiled as he pulled at his girlfriend's clothes, telling her to go seduce the heavyset worker over there. His girlfriend was stunned. It turned out the man had brought his buddies skiing, but didn't want to pay for tickets. The heavyset guy was a ski resort employee, and convincing him would mean free entry. Faced with this shameless request, the girl meekly agreed. She approached the worker, first asking for a cigarette to break the ice. Then she explained that she and her two sisters had come skiing but forgotten their money. Could he possibly help them out? Imagining an encounter with three beautiful women, he immediately agreed. Moments later, however, he watched in confusion as the girl returned with two men. The trio quickly boarded the ski lift and escaped. Even more brazenly, they returned that evening. This time, the worker stopped them, saying the resort was about to close. The man threatened that if they weren't allowed in, he'd report the worker for letting them in earlier without tickets. The frustrated employee had no choice but to let them up again. The three boarded the ski lift, unaware this would be the most reckless decision of their lives. Shortly after, a coworker arrived to take over the shift. The heavyset employee mentioned there were still 3 people up on the mountain who needed to come down before closing. The coworker waited a while and seeing 3 people ski down, assumed the mountain was empty. He turned off the power and left for the day. Meanwhile, the trio's ski lift suddenly stopped. At first, they thought it was just a malfunction, until they watched the lights along the lift path extinguish one by one, leaving them swallowed by darkness. That's when they realized their terrible situation. It was Sunday, and this resort only operated on weekends. If they'd been forgotten, they'd be stranded for 7 days. Snow began to fall, becoming increasingly heavy. A blizzard was arriving. Fierce winds hurled ice particles against them as they huddled together, shivering uncontrollably. Suddenly, a beam of light appeared behind them. Someone driving a snowplow was coming up for inspection. They shouted excitedly for help, but the storm was too loud, and the inspector never expected anyone to be on the lift. Receiving orders to return, the inspector began backing up. Realizing the danger, the 3 threw down their goggles, helmets, and snowboards to attract attention. But the reversing inspector still didn't see them and drove away, leaving the 3 in utter despair. They had now been trapped in the freezing wind for 5 hours. It wouldn't be long before they froze to death. Danny made a bold decision. He would jump down and find help for everyone. Despite Parker and Lynch's strong objections, Danny, deeply in love with his girlfriend, leaped without hesitation. Seeing the horrific state of his legs after landing, Danny nearly lost his mind. But compared to his injuries, something even more terrifying was about to happen. A pack of wolves suddenly appeared before him. Surrounded by wolves and unable to move, what gruesome fate awaited Danny? This exciting movie from Frozen